Welcome to this morning fire, this midweek motivation morning fire. Hope you've had a great week so far. It's the middle of the week, Wednesday. You got some time to reload and make it a great week if it hasn't been a great week. I'll give just a second. It's pretty early right now in the morning, so I suspect most of you will be watching this on the replay. If we've never met before, my name is Russ Warren. I'm an author, speaker, online coach. My life goal is just to bring inspirational, encouragemental content that will help you be the best version of yourself you can possibly be. I think too many people are settling. If we haven't connected before, connect with me on social media at Russ Warren 320. If you're watching this anywhere on YouTube or anywhere else, connect with me at fb.com, facebook.com /Russ Warren 320. Hey, I want to talk to you about something kind of maybe you don't think about very much, but the idea is turning minutes into moments, from minutes to moments. And here's what I mean. Bear Bryant used to say that there are usually only a couple of plays in a football game that determine the outcome. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 plays. Thanks again for sharing, Marcus. Always appreciate it. But there's usually only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plays that determine the outcome. In other words, there are 4 or 5 moments in time in a game that determine the outcome. Not necessarily minutes. The minutes are on the clock. But a moment is a situation, is just a quick moment that happens in time that determines the outcome of a ball game. And if you watch the national championship, and I don't mean to keep talking about the national championship, it's just I think there's so many life lessons we can learn from sports, so many life lessons we can learn on greatness from a team like Alabama, who, yeah, I'm biased because I live here, but they are great. They are the idea of greatness. And so if you watch the game, there are like about 5 plays that if it went the other way, the game turned out a different way. Georgia wins the game on several occasions, and I won't even go into all the details, but just an inch this way and a ball gets knocked down. A field goal, if it's that much further, we win the game ahead of time and not in overtime like we did in a crazy fashion, which I would have been fine with, by the way. But there are several, and that would have gone our way, but there are several moments when it could have gone Georgia's way easily if they had made a few plays on defense to stop us. We had 4th down on the goal line going in. If they had stopped us right there, it was over. But we were able to convert that and get a touchdown. Anyway, that moment made a difference in the ball game. But what I want to tell you is that in order to get to that moment in that ball game, they put in a lot of minutes, blood, sweat, tears, lots of time, effort, and energy in the off season during the whole season so far up until this point. They put in a lot of minutes in order to get to that moment. And I just want to encourage you that there are going to be probably a handful of moments in your life that are going to determine the outcome of your life. They're going to determine the kind of life you live. It might be a moment that, maybe you decide not to take part in something that a lot of people are doing, even though it might make you look cool. You just decide, I'm not going to do that because I don't want to get in trouble. I'm not going to do that because it's not the right thing. But you make a choice in that moment. Everybody else gets in trouble, goes to jail, and life spirals downhill for them from that point forward. But during your minutes leading up to that, you had made some choices, and it helped you in that moment make a better choice, and you ended up in a better situation. It could be in sports, you work hard. I'll never forget the year we won the state championship in baseball, my junior year of high school. It was definitely the hardest we worked leading up to that. During the off season, we had a guy come in who has turned into be a kind of a friend of mine. And he came in and we did this off-season workout program that we had never done before. And he pushed us. And I can remember teammates just, oh my gosh, this is painful. This is hard. This is difficult. But it was those moments that led up, those minutes that led to the moment of being crowned state champion later on. And then, and for you, it might be the moment for you could be the day you get married. The day that you get married could be the moment that changes your life. And hopefully you have had great minutes leading up to that moment. And then that moment you make a great decision on who you're going to marry, and it turns into an amazing life. And even after that moment, if you feel like it's not working out, you can still have minutes that make that moment worth it. Okay. I don't know if that makes sense. Maybe that's not making sense this morning. So I'm just saying, if you make a decision, especially something like that, like marriage, and things aren't working out, then maybe you need to look at your minutes, how you're spending your minutes, and that might make that moment better. Does that make sense? And so, maybe it's your dream. I talk about your dream a lot. For me, I wanted to write a book, and I kept envisioning the moment, but I wasn't doing anything with my minutes to lead to that moment. It wasn't until I finally decided I need to start writing. And I got up and wrote a little bit here. I got up and wrote a little bit there. I got up and wrote a little bit. And then one day that moment came when I was holding the book in my hand. And I thought, you know what? All those minutes that I put in before have led to this moment. And I don't know what that is for you. I don't know what the moment will be for you. And that's the thing about football. It might be 4 or 5 plays that determine the outcome of the game. But the problem is you don't know which plays those are going to be. So you got to be ready every single play. You got to be ready because you don't know which one of those moments is going to be the one to determine the outcome. And so for you in your life and me in my life, we have to just be the best that we can possibly be. We have to demand greatness from ourselves. We have to have a personal standard of greatness that we're chasing after, so that when the moment comes that matters, when the big moment comes, and you will get a moment at some point. The problem is I don't know when that moment's going to be. It could be the last play of the game. It could be the last day of this year. It could be the middle of the year. It might be 6 months from now. But you got to be ready for the moment. I can't remember how the quote goes. He says, it's better to be prepared for the moment and the moment never come than to not be prepared and the moment come and you're not ready for it. I'd rather be prepared and the moment never come, right? And so I want to challenge you to just begin to think about your minutes, 86,400 seconds in a day. Think about your seconds. Think about your time and make sure you're making the most of your minutes so that your moment can be epic, so that your moment can be great. Make sure you're preparing. And I just think about Tua. Of course, we're watching as Tua, everybody's celebrating the freshman quarterback. But think about all that time he was practicing. He was running plays in practice, and he wasn't getting to play in games on a regular basis. He wasn't playing, but he was making the most of his minutes. So he got that moment to shine at the end of the national championship game. And guess what? He made the most of that moment because he was ready. He did so much with his minutes leading up to it that the moment came and he was able to capture the moment to the best that he possibly could. And of course, it made a lot of people happy in the state of Alabama. But I just want to challenge you to think about that as you go through your day-to-day, as you go through the rest of this week. Think about your minutes. Think about how you're living your life, and just ask yourself, if a moment came today that would change my life forever, would I make a good decision with that moment? Am I making good decisions with my time now so that when the moment comes, I'll be glad that I made those decisions with my minutes? Awesome. Hey, if you like this video, please share it out with people. Let other people know. I want a lot of people living great minutes so that when moments come in their lives, they're happy that they were doing what they were doing with their minutes, right? So you help me share it out, and that can be together we can change the world, right? Hey, you're awesome. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.